Hello class, today we'll be explaining about the 3M. 3M are the model of memory. And it all starts with the event that causes the memory to happen.
What a beautiful morning. I'm still in bed. Time to get up and brush my teeth. What time is it? I can't see. I can't. Why is my laptop on? Oh, it's 11:37. Well, let me go take a shower.
As you can see from that event, that's the start of the 3M. There are 10 steps of it, but we'll go in order of each and every step. The first step is the event that causes us to remember. And then it goes to the next step, is if in sensory moment or we sense it in our sensory organs, or hearing, do we taste it, can I see it, do I smell it, do I feel it, all the five main senses. And it starts off with the sensory memory. And sensory memory is saying, can I hold this, and for how long? And that's when we collect the data through our occipital lobes, and that's when the sensory organs starts to activate because of sensory memory. It's either I saw it and I felt it and I heard what they're saying too. Kind of like basically everyday life. And then it either goes to two steps from there. Either we ignore some of the little facts, kind of like in investigation, saying, do you remember what he looks like? Did he wear any piercings? Like that, even if we are conscious of it. Or it either goes to the short-term memory right away. We either remember 3 to 10 seconds, or it goes to, we just ignore it. And then that goes to the long-term memory. But before the long-term memory, it either remembers saying, is this important for me to remember? By doing so, it's because of the multiple organs saying that it is important. Short-term memory, there's an objective that we have to accomplish. Right there should be a central executive which telling us this is what we need to do in order to accomplish our objective. For example, someone telling us that, okay, you need to remember this for the test, or remember this. I mean, there's always an objective. Well, there should be. It's just that we just don't know sometimes. We are either conscious of it or unconscious of it. This is just an ideal, or just an idea that I came from researching this. And there's a loop, and there's a sketch pad. The sketch pad is something that we visually remember as an objective, and the loop is something that we hear. I mean, that could be a way of a short-term way for a central executive. Something that's really an objective. Later on, then after that, the next step is the memory significant? If it is, then it goes to rehearsal. And during that rehearsal, it's saying, okay, I need to connect this with another memory. But that's during, is this memory significant? Because of the multiple organs and connecting with another memory. Then it goes rehearsal. Rehearsal saying, okay, first person and third person. And that's how it strengthens the memory. Then it goes to long term. And the long term is saying, here's the pathway. A pathway to memories. There's a pathway to your multiple memories. And then it goes to retrieval. Retrieval is saying, it comes back to your mind saying, okay, I remember this. I know what's going to happen. Something like that. It's something like that. But it either can be something that's helpful to you, or something it's either as helpful or survival. Either one. They're both helpful, but survival is saying, I need to save myself, and helpful is helping me during something. Or I remember something. This is going to help me and strengthen myself for my survival. Or survive, and the survival is saying it's just, I need to survive. I'm not going to help you. I'm just going to survive. Just my opinion. And then next step, it goes to degradation. But before that, let's talk about pathways. Pathways are ways that that you are connected to your memory. Remember, memories aren't gone. Not just yet. Not until the degradation. We'll get there in a little bit. But if you lost the pathway, it can always be found. I'm sorry. It can always be found again. Yes. If you don't remember, you can always find it again somehow. They're connected memories. Because a memory is connected by another memory, and memory is connected by another memory. But if there's a gap, you can I think of it as like as a map, I think of it as a neuron. As you can see, there's a neuron. I think of it as a neuron. A neuron is similar to a memory. They're being ordered around. Same thing as a memory. Our memories can be ordered around saying, I need to remember this. It's short-term memory. It's an objective that we have to remember. Same thing as a neuron. It's transmit messages to each other saying, okay, I need this organ to do this. That's when neurons are applied to it, to our brain and to our nerves. It's similar to that. But interesting about that is that it's so it's connected. It's still connected. If you don't remember it, don't worry. It'll come back somehow. I mean, you have memories of the important parts, the retrieval. And sometimes there's some memories that just pop out of your head. I mean, that's the retrieval part. I'm assuming that it's just telling you that something like this is gonna happen soon, or something you just need to learn from. So me, I think of it as, I remember saying, oh shoot, I need to accept this memory. And once you start getting it and accepting it, then I think that will suppress itself, the memory will. But I'm not really sure about that. I haven't researched that for you. But all I know is that pathways aren't lost. They can always be found. It's like following a line with another line, like multiple dots. You follow the dots around to make a line. Like here's the memory, and here's a memory that you really, really want to remember, but somehow you just can't remember it. I mean, there's many ways to connect it, but this pathway you just can't connect for some reason, and this one too, so you gotta take the long way. And then you just can't remember it somehow. I mean, I'm just giving you a few examples of what these pathways are. These are just my assumptions, but it could be true. Next is degradation. Degradation is basically saying you actually lost these pathways. Well, there's a few examples. For example, 50 First Date. That's a really funny movie. I watched it so many times, my disc scratched up. The disc actually scratched, and we just lost it. But it's a good movie. So anyways, Adam Sandler was in the movie, and him and this one girl had a thing together. But the problem is that this one girl, memory isn't, let's just say, stayed at one spot. It stayed around this date, and before that date she had a car accident. But that car accident caused a problem with the brain, which if you have a problem with your frontal lobe, or the cortex of it, because the problem with the frontal or the cortex of it, it's saying something's wrong with the memory. Because the frontal lobe is the main part where your memory is. And let's go back to the example. The example is saying that she cannot remember throughout this date, but the parents and everyone else trying to convince her and stuff that this is the date. But then they accept it and they live happily ever after. I mean, there's some more examples of it. This one guy in the movie in the medical center saying, "I only remember about 10 sec." The doctor saying, "I only remember about 10 seconds of what he remembers." So basically, these are a few diseases that can cause you, and this is the basic step of the 3 M's. That's it for now for the 3 M's. And like I said, the 3 M's, there are 10 steps. It's a lot to remember, but don't worry. Some of the assumptions are mine. Like I said, explaining. These are just assumptions that I made. And future assumptions is, what if we can cut our front? I'm just assuming this, but what if we just took some of the neurons in our brain and just transporting it into another brain? I mean, of course, that's not possible yet, but sooner or later in the future, we can do this. I mean, if we do this, we can just live on. I mean, we can remember these skills, our advancement, our evolution. I mean, you transfer these neurons into the kids, into babies. Wow, we would be the most intelligent beings. But we would know. Who knows? There could be aliens out there. We come in peace. Yeah. Yeah, I should stop. I watch too much Star Trek. Anyways, these are just assumptions that I make. Some of these are, but most of it is true. I'm just giving you an idea. I hope you enjoyed the lecture I give you guys about the modal of memory. These are just some part of it is in depth, and some of it is just a basic idea of how memory works. And the 3 M's, I just give you a lecture previously, or just now, just explain you what is the 3 M. I hope you like it and enjoy, and I hope you come for the next lecture. Yeah. Watch the video, and if we still don't get it, there's multiple information out there, and I shouldn't really add this in, but yeah. Sorry, heck yeah, I gave up at the end. I'll cut this out. Yeah. If your wife and kids are watching, hi. Yeah. How does this work? Yeah, I should stop recording.